Welcome back to Williams Designs. If you've been staying connected with us, we welcome you back and we're glad that you've been joining the journey. If you're not, please like and subscribe. We'd love for you to stay connected if it's about with our DTF printing or what we're doing in terms of printing behind the scenes, learning more about DTF printing, or if it's with our music or any other things that we're putting on here. We love that you stay connected, and that way you can hear about other updates and get alerted. Make sure you hit that bell so you know when these come out. Today, we are going to be doing a full review on this Punehod DTF L1800 printer. I remember commenting with someone as I was showcasing this, and they were wondering about it. And I told them I would put a review. Well, here it is. This is that full review that I was going to put out. And I've had it since about August, so I've had it for a few months. I've done a lot of printing since then. We are a small business. If you've been with us, I mean, we're not doing a lot of things right now. I haven't had time really to grow the business like that. I'm hoping by next year I'll do a lot more. But we do have things on our website if you want to check it out, williamsdesigns.com. But let's get into this review. I purchased this off Amazon, and I have that link in the description. And everything that it comes with. So when you buy it in the package deal, I bought the package deal with the oven. So it comes with the printer itself, and it comes already just like you see right here. And it's kind of folded just a little bit, where the paper holder is, it's folded down a little bit and everything, but it comes just like this. And then you have the tray here where, once it's done printing, it puts it on that. This is the ink. Let me open it up where you can see it. This is the ink holders. It holds all the ink in here, which you set all this up. The ink holder's already in there, but you put the ink in there, you set it all up and everything. And I've shown the inside before, but there you go. And then you have the paper. It comes with 100 sheets. The one I bought, 100 sheets of DTF sheets. And these are the A3 size. So big size, very nice size. This comes with a lot of things. I'm very impressed by what it comes with. And I would say, by the way, I'm going to give pros and cons. And beginning with the first pro is the fact that it comes with everything you need. You don't need anything when you buy this package deal. I mean, you are ready to go. Well, I'm sorry, you need a heat press, obviously. But I'm talking about, according to the DTF printer, just specifically the DTF printer, you don't need anything else. So this is what it comes with. I'm not going to explain every single thing, but this is used for when you need to go on vacation and you need that. It comes with, by the way, the package comes with the protection fluid, the print head protection fluid. And you would put it in that, and then you would set it all up. They have videos, how-to videos on how to do that. I had to do that when I first got it because my wife and I went on vacation, and so we had to do that. It worked like a charm. I was very happy about that. It has the manual. It has extra of the tubing here for that. It has extra nozzles, ink nozzles. This is the USB that it comes with that you need in order to set it all up. The software and everything, comes with a little screwdriver, which I don't even know if I think I used it for the back to set something up, but it was only like 2 screws. It wasn't a lot. Extra little materials here. I didn't even notice this until I pulled the package back out. I forgot they give you these little napkin type things. It's probably for the ink. I've been using my own little paper towels. The syringes you need. And these guys, which they gave you so many, it's so great. These you'll be using at times to clean if there's a spill inside the printer itself. Just a lot of different things you'll need to clean. So it's great. It comes with everything you need, as I mentioned. So the oven is down here, just so you can see that. Comes with the oven. It's all packaged, ready to go. They do send the ink separately. And the ink came faster than the printer did, which was nice. And it was pretty quick, by the way, in terms of shipping. It was way faster than I thought it was. It comes with the ink. You don't have to buy the ink. So like I said, everything you need, it comes with. This is a big pro. I was very happy to everything. I was able to get it set up within the same day and even do a test print and all of that. So great fantastic. And so this is the first Pro. I kind of wanted to begin with this, and just to showcase, it looks good. My favorite color is blue, so I saw the picture and I'm like, it looks just like the picture. I'm like, yay, great. And if you look at the Procolored model, which I believe pretty much it's exactly what this is, the Procolored model, same everything. And so yeah, so that's what I wanted to begin with. Now moving on, I want to talk about the software that it comes with once you set it all up. And so I'm going to move to my computer and we'll get that going. All right, now we are on the computer, my MacBook, and the whole setup, everything is within the thumb drive they give you. Now, they have 2 thumb drives. So one is called a toggle or something. It's a weird name. I was like, what is that? But basically, one of the thumb drives, they'll actually write it on there, is to run the program or the software. And without that, you cannot run the software. And they share this with you in the instructions. For me, I had a little bit of a problem. I had to research this a little bit. Let me open it up. But yeah, I had a little bit of an issue when I was doing this at first. Just because, it was a little confusing. I looked at the instructions. The instructions really wasn't in the right order. And I'm like, man, this must be an easier way. Now, I will say they give you how-to videos, which I love how-to videos, at least for me, is a lot better than just trying to read the instructions. And so I was very, very happy about that, that they had that. And so, sorry, let me find this here. There we go. So this is what would be on the thumb drive, the thumb drive with all the instructions. So they would say must see courses for new customers. You would click on that, and then here they are, how to. I'm not going to open them up, but basically you would click on start the machine, check its performance, and you just walk through step by step by step in these how-to videos. And man, you are golden after you just follow them step by step and watch how they do it. And they give you, everything you need within the drivers, everything. So that's another pro. I just want to mention that again, that is great, that it gives you everything you need right there. It was just hard to get to that because I didn't really know. And so once I found out, I was like, oh, okay, perfect. I watched the videos and I'm following step by step, pausing the video. It's great. And so now we're going to open up the software, and as I mentioned, pretty much it's Procolored software. You can see Procolored logo right there, and that's pretty much what this is. And another pro, I would say the software is very easy to use. The interface is pretty simple. And, I'm happy about that because, there are certain softwares or programs where it's clunky, it's hard to navigate and all that. Of course, when you're new to it, you're like, oh my goodness, what does this do? What does that do? But once again, when you follow the instructions and then you start learning, take you about a week or two, you're going to learn it pretty quickly. It's very easy to start learning where everything is and what everything does. So I'm glad about that part with this. And so just real quick, this little button here, this loads up a picture, if you're going to load up. And I'm just going to load up, Isagi, and brings it in. And so the cool thing is once you bring it in, you can even, right now it's 15 inches, in length. That's the graphic, not the actual graphic itself. This graphic, it's saying my file, that's how big it is. And so it gives you that. So you can easily just go there, change it to like 12 inches, and it brings it down. Now, I love it has the ruler at the top so you can see how big your graphic is. So 2 inches to 10, so it's about 8 inches in terms of the size of my graphic. So there you go. Say you're done with that, and you might see something different on yours or whatever, but once you set it up, follow the instructions, this is what you're going to see. So you have 2 white inks that'll be laid on the back of this graphic. And once you're ready, you're going to click rip file, and it'll rip the file, which I've already done that. I have my files here. It's already been ripped. It's already mirrored. I don't have to mirror it. And so anyways, I'm not going to walk through everything. I just wanted to show just how easy it is once you get used to this. It's really not bad. And then I'll have my files here, and I'll just, you know, print it from here. And then in the actual maintenance side of things, you would go here and you would do your head cleaning, which I'm going to show later about, you know, cleaning the head and all of that, and what that entails. That's part of the maintenance. Something you're going to be doing most likely every single day is cleaning the head. And this is the nozzle check. So this is what you would do to print a test page, not really a whole page, but basically how your ink is doing, and it tells you, you know, hey, you need to clean the head or whatever the case is. So you'll be doing that probably every single day, just head cleaning. Well, maybe not every day on the head cleaning, sorry, but the nozzle check you'll be doing every day. And so anyways, great program, great software. It's very easy. Now I will say one con about the software is and this is something for probably all DTF printers, it's only able to be used on Windows. And so that means you have to have a PC or, you know, Windows to use this software. Now, I have a MacBook. I mentioned that earlier, and you probably noticed that already. So you're like, wonder how am I using this? And I really studied and researched. I'm like, man, is there a way to do this? Because I didn't want to buy a whole PC or a Windows just to run, you know, just to do this. So you can do this by using the company Parallels, which is, you know, they've been around for years, and that's how you're able to put Windows, use Windows on your MacBook. And so I am so happy that I was able to do that, and that's how I'm running this program. And I only use it for this, so it's great. And but that's a con, because not everybody has Windows or PC, and that means you have to buy Parallels separately in order to run this program. So MacBook users or Apple users, you got to buy Parallels. Keep that in mind. If not, if you have a PC, you want to buy a PC, it's perfectly fine, and you're ready to go. So with that, I think that is it for this part. I will now move on. And by the way, you can save your jobs. I mean, it's just like any program you would use. It's pretty simple. But now we'll move on to the next pro, or if I'm done with the pros, I'm going to the con. But let's move on to the next one. All right, looking at the second con here, as I mentioned, is the maintenance of the DTF printer here. And I wouldn't say it's high maintenance, but I will say it's medium maintenance, or probably a little bit higher than medium. These printers require you to print every day. That ink has to be flowing through. Sitting for more than a day is not healthy for the print head and the ink. Specifically the white, which I'm going to talk to you and really show you in just a minute. But yeah, you have to print every single day. And me and my situation right now, I've been so busy, I have not been able to print every single day. So with that, let me show you this right now. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. And the white ink is really the major issue with this printer. And I'm guessing all DTF printers have this issue. But you've probably read up on this about, you know, the print head being clogged. And this is the cause, where the white ink, I don't know if it's moisture or I think it dries out. I don't know what it is. But the white ink does this the fastest. The other inks really don't have a problem. I mean, there's been times where I've maybe had it sat for like 2 days or a day and a half, and the other inks are fine. It's always the white ink that's the problem. Now, you don't want to do that. I'm just saying I've had that happen to me. And yeah, so like right now, it's been sitting, you know, no full print or anything for probably a day and a half or so. And as you can, well, I got to compare this. You're going to see the difference between, this is not the way it's supposed to look. It should be like white. And I'm going to clean this out and show you what it looks like. And so these cartridges, let me show you the cartridges. I'll pull them out. So this white one here, as you can tell, it's this color. It's not white. And there's like a, you know, bubble or something, you would say. And that's why I think there's air or moisture that gets in there over time, and this could damage the print head if you do not clean this out, and that's not good. I mean, that would be get this little guy, costs a lot of money. And so I'm going to do this so you can see me do this, clean this out, and you can see the difference between the two. But once again, printing every day, so that's kind of a con, because it's like, man, you know, if you're just starting out like me, you may not be printing every day, and then you're gonna have to clean, make sure this is clean. And so, but it's not bad. I don't want to paint this picture like, oh my, it's horrible. It's not that bad. But let me do this and then show you the steps on this as well. I have all the tools here, or the materials here, to get the job done. It all comes with the machine, so it's not something you have to buy or anything. And basically what you're doing is what you did when you first get the machine, and it's in the how-to video that they give you. And so it's not, you're not doing anything new that you have to really learn. It's something you did right when you first get the machine and you set it all up. And so these are the syringes here to pull the ink through to get that white ink that you need. And by the way, you'll need a lot of napkins, You always go through a lot of napkins. And I have this. This is for the ink to pour the ink out. And so it's an empty bottle. And then I also wanted to show you this so you can see. This is just a test page, test print. And just looking at it, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. The white ink is right there. There's always two white inks. You can barely see it because, once again, it was, you know, beginning to need to be cleaned and cleaned out, like what I'm about to do right now. I've had it sit too long. And this is the black. You can see the black pretty clear, red and blue. Now, a lot of times you're not supposed to see all of these all vibrant. When you see a test page, it's just to show you that, okay, the inks are coming through, and you know, you'll know. But so let me do this. And as you pull the ink through, there is the, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a dump tape. I forgot what it's called. And it's in the back here. Once again, you see all this when you first set up the machine, so it may be new to you now if you don't have it, but it won't be new when you get it done the first time. And so you have to pull this after you've cleaned this out. Then you pull from this, and this is, I guess I can't remember what it's called. I'm probably gonna have to put it on the screen for you to know what it's called. And yeah, so you just pull about, you don't want to pull a lot, but just enough to get that white ink through. So about maybe 3 milliliters, or, you know, depending on how behind you are. And then for this one, 10 milliliters, maybe 15. You'll know. It's not always specific. So let's get this going. And okay, as you can see, I was pulling the ink through and dumping it in. Now, let me show you this. Let me put this back. I want to show you. Look at the difference. Oh, sorry, let me fix this. See the difference? I mean, man, white. And that's what you want. I pulled probably a little bit more, about 5 milliliters probably, which was needed because I had it sit for so long. But you'll tell, like I said, you'll be able to tell because the white ink is showing through pretty well. No matter what, you're gonna have to clean the print head afterwards. No matter what, you're gonna have to clean it. So now I'm gonna pull from the waist and the back, and then that'll be pretty much it. And so I'll try my best to show you this. It's kind of difficult where I'm at right now, and that'll be it for this part. All right. Okay, I wanted to say this. I forgot. You're going to use a different syringe. At least this is what I do. I use a different syringe for this one because it's the waste ink versus, regular ink. I don't want to mix the two. So I use a totally different one for this. And so, sorry. Same process here. And you're going to just put it on and from the tube and just pull. Now, when you first start pulling, it's going to be like nothing's coming out. But because there's air in there, and so at first it's going to be nothing. So you're going to take it off. Oh my goodness, I put that on pretty good. And then dump this real quick, which is really nothing. And so I should be able to get some from this one. Put this on. Yeah, see, there you go. See it coming through. And it's always been odd doing the waste part for some reason. It's not the same as pulling regular ink. So you're going to dump it and then just repeat the process. All right, once you're done, I just dab this. Be careful with this. I've had times where I flick this little thing and put ink on the walls, man. It's crazy how dirty it can get. And it's probably best to use gloves. I don't use gloves, but. And then once you're done, you just put the tube back. And I grabbed about 10, close to maybe 10 milliliters, maybe. Somewhere around there. And after that, you're pretty much done with the maintenance part of it. And then you run the printhead test. Cleaning. And then run the test page. See if it's good. And so that'll be the second con for this. Just because, going through that, you don't want to continue to go through that all the time. But it's part of the process of the DTF printer. One thing I wanted to mention, I have the printer on, so you're going to hear the background a little bit of the printer, is the amount of ink. So when you are pulling that ink, you're wasting ink, so to speak, every time you do that. And so that's why it's kind of a con, because if you get the printer, you're not printing every day, and you have to do that, you're kind of wasting white ink. And so you can see I'm pretty full. I've had it full. I put some in, I can't remember, a couple of weeks ago. But when you do that, you're pulling a lot of white ink. And so that was one thing I forgot to mention. I want to make sure you guys know that that's you're wasting white ink when you do that. And that's not something we want to do. And so the more you do that, the more white ink you'll waste. So that's not a good thing. Another thing that I want to mention is the sound of the printer. It is not quiet, but it's also not super loud either. But it's interesting. It's at like a medium noise level, where our bedroom is next door to this, and you can hear it. You can't hear it to the point where it's like, oh my goodness, that thing's annoying. But if it's quiet, you have nothing else going on, like no fan or anything, you can hear it very faintly in another room. And so it has a little bit of a noise level. It's not unbearable, but that is something I want to mention. If you are, wanting like a quiet machine, well, this one's not super quiet, and you can hear it even now. I'm gonna be silent so you can hear it. See, yeah, you can hear the fan, and even just in the background of the machine. But that's another, con for some people. For me, it's not that big of a deal, but I did want to mention that. All right, wanted to show you the difference, as I shown you earlier. This was the page you saw before, and as you can see, the white, not as clear, and the other inks as well. And but now we did the cleaning, and and here is the new test page showing. Look at how bright that is. And looking good, a lot brighter, and that's what you want. Now these lines are not good. It's only one line, you know, that breakage in the line right there, that means that you may want to clean it one more time, or you know, it's up to you. But let me show you the screen so you can see that it tells you that you know, if there's breakage in lines, that means cleaning is needed. But there's a lot of, you know, they're giving you an example right there of all the breakages. We only got one, so you may not have to, but it's up to you. So I just wanted to show you that, so you can see when you do that, and you're looking good and ready to go. One thing I neglected to mention about the maintenance is sometimes on the print head, and this is going to be very difficult. I'm actually not going to probably be able to show you. Let me see. I'm going to try my best. Yeah, it's not going to work. Under the print head, under this, you're able to see it very through the crack of the printing where my fingers are right here. When you look under there, what tends to happen over time is there's a buildup of like gunk, ink basically coming together. And so what will happen is when you print something, you're going to see smears on your print job. And you're going to be like, whoa, you know, what's going on here? That's because there's gunk or ink, dried up ink, stuck on the bottom there. And what you're going to have to do is use, it's very difficult, to be honest with you, even though the tools that I showed you, the materials, that long stick, it can get under there, but even that's not thin enough to get really the gunk out of there. You got to be very careful because you can damage the print head. So what I use, this is what I use, please, you know, I use a butter knife because that's thin enough. I don't use the butter knife against it, but I wrap a paper towel or something not too rough on the butter knife, and I'm able to get under there and get that gunk out. And I don't have any right now, so I can't show you what I'm talking about, but you'll see it. Once you start seeing the smears, you'll see that build up under. You got to clean that out. It happens, I don't know, maybe if you're printing a lot more. For me, it's been happening about, maybe I would say once a month. You'll probably have to do this. And don't quote me on that, but that's kind of what I've been seeing, at least for me. And so that's part of the maintenance. It's not a con, but it's just something that's an additional piece that you have to worry about. One good thing I will say, and I didn't mention this before, but for the ink, the white ink, it has its own, what would you call it? It's a motor that spins the white ink to keep it from, you know, settling and becoming dull or whatever have you. And so that's a good thing. They didn't have this before. They added this in 2023. So once again, I think it's great that they have that, because not a lot of DTF printers have that, but it keeps the white ink from just once again settling. So I wanted to show that to you, part of the maintenance and something you would need to know. Coming to the transfer powder, which once again comes with the kit. Probably should have showed you everything. As I mentioned, it comes with everything you need. So just be reminded of that. DTF powder, and this is the same bag that I've got when I received it. Lasts me, and I still got more left in the bag. And I have it in this container, sealed container. It comes with this little pan thing to spray, spread the powder on there, there. You're probably wondering why I have a container like this. Sorry, let me try to close it now. And that actually brings me to a con, something that is not told to you unless you do your research and you figure this out. I did not know this. Learned the hard way, but I have this sealed container to seal the powder, making sure the powder doesn't, the toxin, it doesn't get into the air. So with that, you're going to need to purchase. These are just things you'll need. You don't really need the cutter. This is a cutter, straight cutter, and I got this from Amazon. I'll link it in the description. And man, this thing is wonderful. Actually, oh man, I love this thing. By the way. But I was using scissors, and scissors work just fine. and you can use that. But I use this now to, get those straight cuts, and it's quick, it's easy, very nice, and it's big enough for these A3 size sheets. I think they have different size ones that you can get. You're probably wondering, like, whoa, what is that? This is a respiratory mask, and you will need this. And this is a need. This is not like, oh, you don't have to. No. Like, you need this. Okay. So what happens when you are spreading the powder onto the sheet, the DTF sheet, and you're putting it on the back, there are little small particles from the powder that goes into the air. Now, if you're in a heavily ventilated area, you're in a warehouse, maybe you're fully set up, then maybe you won't need it. But I would advise you to do it. So I was doing this without, this mask. And what happened over time, and man, I was coughing, and it was just weird. I was like, why am I coughing, And it got to the point where it did get into my lungs, and I was coughing up mucus and even some blood. It was pretty bad. So I ended up getting bronchitis from it. And so I'm telling you from just experience, and I'm so glad I caught it and realized what it was. And I coughed up so much. I'm not trying to be all gruesome, but coughed up so much mucus. It was so bad. So I would advise you, please get a respiratory mask. And I got this from Walmart, and it comes with the little goggles. You don't have to wear the goggles so much, but it comes with it, and it works really well from Walmart. And maybe I could put a picture up for you or something, but they're not expensive, and you just get that. And so when you're working with this powder, you won't have this issue. Once again, I'm in my, in a room in my house, and so I have a window right next to this. So I open the window up whenever I do it and blow the air out and I have the mask on. But yes, I just really want to make sure I mention this to anyone who may be purchasing the DTF printer, doing this at home. You got kids, you got, dogs, anything. You don't want them to get sick and with these small particles coming out. Now, so with that, that's why I bought this container that seals the powder inside. It's only when you're working with it that the powder, releases that. It's not just sitting there, but still, I am being overly cautious now, making sure that, sorry, that's probably loud. Cautious, making sure that doesn't happen again, because that was horrible going through that. So, once again, straight cutter would be nice. It's not a need, but would be nice. And then definitely need the respiratory mask. So those are needs. That's something you have to buy. It doesn't come with that. And they don't tell you that. So I wanted to let you know. So that's kind of a, con. It'd be nice if they told you, hey, this is something that's a need when you're working with, powder, DTF powder, but maybe I guess I'm supposed to know that. So let's move on from this, and we'll be close to ending this video. All right, my final thoughts. One thing I didn't mention, should have mentioned, it's another pro, is the print quality. For a machine like this, print quality is great. I can't compare it to anything, but for me starting out, I haven't had to worry about print quality. So that's another pro for this machine. Now, in my situation, it's going to be different than yours, but for me, as a small business and not having a lot of clientele, if I had to redo this and I had the same knowledge I have now, I actually would not have bought the machine, only because I would have used that money to build my clientele and do other things, because there are other companies out there that print designs on DTF sheets, and you can just have them send that and you can just press them. And so you can just buy, heat press, and then you're good to go. And you can just use the companies like ninjatransfers.com. I think DTF Power does it too, and just press them. This heat press right here, which, by the way, I'm going to do a review on this next, but all you need is that versus spending a lot of money on something like this. And so that's something I would do. But once again, just my final thoughts, though, this machine is good. I believe, even though there's pros and cons and certain things, a lot of the cons I mentioned are things that are, going to come with any DTF machine. There's going to be maintenance, going to be things that you'll do. But this machine, I think, is pretty good. I would give it probably 8 out of 10, maybe 8.5 out of 10. It's better than spending $5,000 plus. There's $10,000 machines out there. I don't have that kind of money. Other people may have it, but I don't. So for the price point,
I mean, I don't think you can beat it, to be honest. I think it's a great machine. It gets the job done that we need, that you need. And if you're not a huge business where you need things to move really fast, you'll be fine. And yeah, so like I said, I'll be doing a review on this heat press right here, the HTVront, I think that's how you pronounce it. And that'll be next. But yeah, so to end this video, I hope that you guys enjoyed this and you learned a lot, took notes on the pros and cons, and if it works for you, then this is a perfect machine. The good thing is, for the price point, I mean, if you have a warehouse, you could, I mean, if you have the space for it, you can buy 1, 2 or 3 of these machines and, you know, be running pretty good. So for me, I think it's great. And you can check out the link in the description to get yours if you want it, and also the heat press. But I just want to thank you all for watching and have a blessed day.